Hello, all you hellions. Welcome or welcome back, whichever it may be. This week's shower curtain pick is 1985's House. Here it is on the curtain. Right there. House. I had seen this movie a couple of times before, but as a child. House 2 is the one my sister and I watched on repeat. So a lot of this movie I didn't remember. It was like watching it again for the first time. Heads up, there will be spoilers. Here we go. This is the story of Roger Cobb, author, husband, father. During a book signing, we learn he is now divorced from his wife, actress Sandy Cobb, and that his next book will be about his personal experiences in Vietnam. Roger's aunt, Lady Elizabeth, has just been found by the grocery delivery boy, hanging in her room. Then we have a brief yet effective funeral scene. I love graveyards. I find them to be very serene and, in the right setting, incredibly creepy. Needless to say, my love of cemeteries makes me appreciate horror movies that can slide a scene in there. Anyway, after the death of his aunt, Roger, along with the realtor, visit the house. I just want to point out the house is being sold by Craven Realty. This house is awesome. So much personality. You get a real old school charm with the open floor plans, high ceilings, and even a grandfather clock. They didn't skimp on any details. The house looks as if it was really lived in. Lady Elizabeth believed her house to be haunted, which she depicted in her final painting. I would love to have this painting hanging in my horror den. Just saying. We learn that while Roger was visiting his aunt, his son Jimmy went missing in the swimming pool. Elizabeth believes the house took him.
It was the house that did it.
Right, Mrs. Hooper, we understand.
Telling you, Roger, it was the house.
The loss of their son is the reason for their divorce. Roger has decided he's going to stay in the house for a while and write his book. While wandering around, Elizabeth comes to Roger with a warning that the house tricked her into doing what she did, that it knows everything about him, and
It's going to trick you too, Roger. This house knows everything about you. Leave while you can.
No!
I wish I could say that since I have seen so many horror movies, I would be smart enough, having seen that, to just get the fuck out. But I don't think I would. Having just inherited this house full of mysteries and having free reign to explore the entire property, sign me up. Throughout this movie, as Roger is writing his book, we see multiple flashbacks of a specific traumatizing experience he had in Vietnam. He and a fellow soldier, Big Ben, are sent out in front of the group to scout for the enemy. Unfortunately, the enemy finds them. Big Ben gets shot down. He begs Roger to finish him off. Roger does try, but cannot bring himself to do it. He leaves to go get help, but the enemy has found Big Ben and takes him with them. The whole time, Big Ben is cursing Roger, vowing vengeance.
I'll get you for this! I swear I will!
Come to find out, Big Ben was tortured for weeks before he finally passed. Pretty rough stuff. Roger has found out that his aunt's final painting shows that at midnight, the closet turns into a sort of gateway that when opened, monsters appear. Now, guys, the practical effects in this movie are so good. As the house starts to come to life, we get some awesome scenes. Roger gets attacked by a wallfish and gardening tools. A monster also pretends to be his wife. This one's my favorite. The monster's hand becomes a character of its own. There are flying skeleton bats that take his gun and a jungle in the closet. It's fucking nuts. And then there's Harold, Roger's well-meaning and comedic neighbor, who also happens to be a fan. Eventually, having no one else to turn to, Roger tells Harold that his aunt believed this house to be haunted, and that now he does too. Harold has the reaction you would expect. That is, until one night, when Roger needed some assistance, he invites Roger over, saying he has a raccoon in the closet. He gives Harold a harpoon gun, opens the closet, and what pops out is not a raccoon. Harold is a fun side character that just pops up at the most inconvenient times. I very much enjoyed all of his scenes. The last character I'm going to talk about is Big Ben. He is back and he is pissed. This was an 18-foot puppet that took 15 people to operate, and it looks great. There are some pretty cool scenes here, such as Big Ben being beat with his own arm. That was pretty badass. The one complaint I have about this movie is the ending. Roger is literally fighting for his life and that of his son, and then seemingly out of nowhere, Roger is no longer afraid of Big Ben, stripping him of his power, and then is easily destroyed. What the fuck did I miss? Up until now, this movie rocked. The flow was really good. The practical effects were outstanding. The house, the monsters, the comedy, all were so well done. And it all led up to... I absolutely feel they didn't know how to end the movie, so they just ended it. Incredibly disappointing. It also left me wondering if this meant the only reason the house was so awesomely haunted was because Big Ben wanted revenge, or was it because it was already haunted that allowed Big Ben to also inhabit it? I'm going with the latter. The original script had no humor at all. Fred Decker of Night of the Creeps and Monster Squad was inspired by Twilight Zone the movie to make his own anthology. He and a group of friends were going to do just that, but it never worked out. Instead, the idea he had for his segment in the anthology became this movie, and it was all horror. However, Decker was working on another project, so didn't have the time to write the screenplay. The director, Ethan Wiley, took it over and added all of the comedy. Kane Hodder had a hand in this movie as the stunt coordinator. He did a great job. There are some awesome stunts done in this film. Not surprisingly, House was a big hit upon release. Besides the abrupt ending, this was a solid movie. 4 coffins. As always, thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. I always read them and respond. If you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe, why don't ya? Stick around for a while, and I'll see you next time.